I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. What is the only thing more disgusting than a triple meatball, chili cheese, and bacon Subway footlong? The guy they used to horse said footlong on television. That's right, hero sandwich weight loss guru and possibly the world's worst birthday clown, Jared from Subway, is about to go to prison for having sex with underage girls. Now, the law is the law, and a 16-year-old hooker in New York is still a kid. No gray area. You know, that's bad enough, but when this doughy man-boob-having, frog-lipped winner of the Fame lottery then told his teenage prostitute that he would pay her a finder's fee to get him younger girls, quote from Jared, "The younger the better." Wow. You know, I really don't believe in nuclear weapons. I mean, I believe they exist, but I don't believe anything that can kill hundreds of thousands of people should ever be used. But can we make a pill-sized nuclear weapon that we could give to evil pricks like Jared from Subway? Just swallow a little tiny tactical nuke that vaporizes your insides and colon so you die in excruciating pain. How about one for Lindsay Lohan or Dustin Screech Diamond? You know, we could fix so many things wrong with the world with just a tactical nuke supplement for douchebag famous people. You know, I'm always amazed at people who get a little fame and then think that they just gotta get out of being an asshole free card. Now, I have a little taste of fame. I have flown on private jets a couple times. I've gotten out of a couple of tickets because a cop was a fan of my comedy. And there's something that's a little cool when you get a touch of fame. It is definitely better than standing on the side of an off-ramp with a "will work for food" sign. But it is a gift. It is the coolest, most undeserved thing in the world to get paid for talking, except on a podcast, to be on TV, to have millions know you. All Jared had to do was represent a multinational company that was going to pay him millions to smile and not be a douchebag. That's it. Say the words right and don't be a pedophile. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Millions of dollars and fame, but I can't have sex with children? Give me a minute. I don't know. So, Jared, whatever happens to you in prison, you earned it, buddy. Now I get that every job has a downside because Jared got money and fame, but the downside was he had to eat at Subway. You know, I've never seen a pile of chicken breasts all the exact same shape, have you? So you got this guy who won the Fame Grand Prize, has a wife, millions of dollars, but couldn't abuse fame the right way. I mean, hell, Charlie Sheen has had sex with everything, but whatever species he had sex with was an adult. And that's the scumbag part. See, Jared used to be a 450-pound loser who couldn't get a girl. He never had sex when he was in high school, when he was 16 and cheerleaders in short skirts were running rampant, infecting his loins. So Jared never got to have sex with a 16-year-old when he was 16. See, some outcasts and nerds and people who don't fit in as kids have a burning desire to get even their whole lives. Some become Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Some become Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen. And some become stand-up comedians. But only worthless, evil, pathetic losers fuck kids. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. With me as always, to the right, the lovely, the amazing Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
What's up, people, she says every week. And in the background, screaming is a fetus. Hey! There you go. Now he's starting to understand
I want you to
that his weird little part on that podcast.
I'd like you to say hiya.
All right, ready? Okay. And in the back corner, it's fetus.
Hiya.
Yeah, that was great. It goes with see ya at the end.
He started. It does. It's very nice. Very nice.
I'm here for continuity.
He just put his head in his hand and went, "Oh God, I have catchphrases." Yeah, he should feel bad. He should feel bad. So, what are we talking about today? The new nightmare. It's crazy to me that this guy. You know, it's weird. I'm dead serious about the Fame lottery. You know, you get to a point. Hold on. When you basically your job is to, you just better stand in front of a camera and talk about sandwiches. I lost weight, eat a sandwich. That's your job.
Yeah.
And you're going to get millions more money than I ever got paid. You know, more money than I've ever gotten paid. Jared's worth $15 million. Did you know that? Big, fat, man-tittied Jared is worth $15 million. Oh, he got man titties. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a dick about it.
They're called moobs.
And whatever they are, man, they're disgusting. And he's got that weird...
Actually, I like middies better. Let's go with middies.
He's middies. He got middies all over him, and he's a creep. He's like... And you knew he was a creep with the first time I saw him, with the big lips and stuff. I tweeted that. I said, you know, this is the guy who's behind you in Subway. You'd go, that guy diddles little kids.
It's not that they're big, it's that they're red. I don't like men with red lips.
It's just weird.
And they're moist and red lips.
We can all go down in hindsight. We can talk about how he dealt with little kids' hindsight.
Ew.
But, yeah, I know. Look, there's certain sins in show business that are forgivable. There are certain things that are forgivable. Infidelity. You know what? Eventually, if you're a good Hugh Grant, there's certain things may not be forgivable within your relationship, but it'll be forgivable within
By the public.
By the public, right? There's certain things you can do that, you know what? All right. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was literally on the way to ending up a John Belushi story. He got his life together, became a martial artist, totally stopped drinking, doing drugs, and now look at him. He made $80 million last year.
John Belushi died at Chateau Marmont.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw out a fact I learned this week. I learned so much knowing you.
Yeah, as I was sitting in traffic, passing the Chateau
You're
Marmont.
like a useless fountain of... No, wait. You're not a useless fountain of information. You're a fountain of useless information.
I'm both.
You're a useful fountain of useless information. But I learned something. I had no idea that he died in that hotel.
Yeah, I'm a useless fountain of useless information. Let's just leave it at that.
I don't think you're useless. I find you useful because then I learn dumb shit to bring up on the podcast.
Well, there you go. Ding, ding. We need a bell. Hey, Fetus, we need to get a bell.
Just be the bell, Fetus. Go.
Ding. There you go. Better. Whenever she comes up with the fact that she wasn't around for, because she's a tiny, tiny little kid. So this guy has everything going for him. He's married too, by the way. He's married to, and he's going to. He's actually on subway business trips.
He has kids. Right?
He's not flying to some crazy country where kids get married at 6. He's actually going to New York on subway money and actually getting hookers. The part that really bothers me, besides all of it, is that he's obviously not the smartest guy in the world. Like, this guy never would have done anything with his life had the subway people not got a hold of him, because he's not even a good criminal. Like, everything he did was just wrong, which is good. He sent emails. The girl, the 16-year-old girl he started sleeping with or started paying to have sex with him, she's 17. Then she was 17, and he said, hey, I'll give you a commission. Get a finder's fee if you can get me some younger kids. And by the way, pay them in chocolate, because they're he said the younger the better. And at one point, I believe there should be a special place in hell for these people. Like I said, a tiny pill-sized nuclear weapon that just went. They're just like, oh, somebody feels, and then it just vaporizes their inside, and they die instantly.
I think there is a special place in hell.
I know. Is there? Who's there? It's Hitler and who else?
Is Hitler in that special place in hell?
Yeah.
Please tell me. Explain to me.
I think when you're Hitler and you're responsible for 6 million people dying,
we need him to act that out, don't we? Because we don't know what that would look like.
Oh no, you probably get a hell wing.
Can I get a bell on that?
Ding. Oh, come on, man! You guys don't I can't do Hitler every week.
Yes, you can.
So Hitler checking into hell. So is my room ready? What? I have a suite. Well, you know why I have a suite? Because I'm the Hitler and I have done very horrible things. But hello, who are you? Satan, nice to meet you. Did you always greet your guests? It's just me? He feels so special. Are these apples? No, the coal. I eat coal? Okay, it's good. So can I get a suite on the high floor? No? No? It's good? All right. Well, so show me around, Satan. Let's do this. See, it's the best. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
It's fine.
Hitler
we actually had people come up to me last week in Philly and say, hey, make him do more Hitler.
No, make him do more Hitler. And by the way, Goebbels used to say that. Make him do more Hitler. He likes it when he does the Hitler.
So, special place in hell. I agree. Yes.
But I just don't understand.
Here's the other thing that I find particularly abhorrent.
The hubris of fame. Let's talk about that. Go ahead. What do you find abhorrent besides all of it from A to Z?
I'd like to throw in another.
Including Subway sandwiches.
What?
Including the sandwiches that he was ordering. It's all abhorrent.
Abhorrent?
Abhorrent.
It's abhorrent.
And here's another week where we make fun of the way Christopher Titus pronounces things.
Yay. Ding.
Shut up.
It is disgusting that he and this other guy, Russell Taylor, who's the director of Jared Foundation. Now, Jared started a foundation to fight childhood obesity, which made Jared have to travel to and from schools. So
basically he fought childhood obesity to get the kids hotter looking so he could have more of them. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Get the kids in shape and started some aerobic programs. I'm fighting childhood obesity because they look sexy when they're skinny. Is that what it is? Yeah, well, come on. It's weird. It's weird how it goes together, right?
Yeah.
So then he puts a child pornographer basically in charge of his charity for kids, which in a weird way is incredibly efficient if you're a psychopath criminal.
I wonder if they already knew each other and they were already doing this together, and that's why he put him in that position. Or how does that come up in conversation between two men? How do you find out that you share common beliefs about raping kids?
Yeah, Jared, how you doing? What's that guy's name?
Russell, is this a job interview?
Yeah, it's Russell. No. Just wanted to listen. I've been going over to the charity. We're really making some headway in this childhood obesity thing. I want you to know, though, some of the kids have been losing a lot of weight, and I've been shooting some pictures just to kind of befores and afters. The thing is, I got to get them naked. I got a picture of a fat kid and then a skinny naked kid. Do you want to see the pictures? I mean, look. All I'm doing is trying to show that your foundation is really working.
Yeah.
Jared, you there?
Yeah, I'd like to see him.
All right. So I'm sending you pictures of the kids that were getting healthier. Right? That's what you want to see, the pictures of the kids that are getting healthier?
Yeah.
Now, I did strip them down naked so we could see how. Jared? Jared?
Yeah.
Are you eating something right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call you back. Look, those should check your email. I'm sending them, by the way, on the main office server so everybody, and including the FBI, can see them.
No, wait. Click. And that was our one-act child rapey play.
that was the Pornographers Foundation phone call.
So So how did they find that they shared that interest? First of all,
right? That would be. So then so that's the only way I can think. They had to be together a long time, or else that would be the way the phone call would happen. I was trying to help the foundation. Look what happened. There's some pictures.
So that dude, Russell Taylor, who was arrested a couple months ago,
going down.
He just tried to kill himself in prison already,
and he's on life support. So he was good, but not good enough.
At anything.
By the way, honorable mention. We're gonna have to give him an honorable. That's like the story
of his life.
We just put a blue ribbon on his
We've talked about this before, but you have to think where a person's mindset is when they finally decide to kill themselves. Which I can't even fathom that. Right? You're done. You're destitute. You think nothing you do is good enough. You can't do anything right. So you're gonna just end it all, and then you try to kill yourself, and that doesn't work either.
Right. So where do you go after that? I think just that's a guy who has a moment where he just goes, oh, wait a minute, I want to fuck kids. And that's when you go, I have a problem, I have a disease, I need to go. Or he went, I'm going to prison, and you know what they do to people who rape little kids, who have sex with little kids? It's not good.
You don't have a disease, first of all.
I agree with that. He said that.
Jared said that.
Jared said, I'm going to get healthy. No.
His lawyer said he has a medical problem, and we are going to treat it and get him healthy. It's a medical problem that he wants to have sex with 12-year-old girls.
Yeah, exactly. I remember they make a drug for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a medical problem. But side effects include having sex with kids, weirdly enough, because every drug they give you for whatever disease you have gives you the disease. Antidepressants cause suicide. But I just, what do they call that?
You know what worked for me and for my brother and my sister?
What?
Getting spanked and living in constant fear of our parents.
Right.
Just a little bit of fear. Love them. Know they love me. Yeah. But I'm always even now, I'm terrified. She's in the house. I'm terrified.
And you're a grown person.
I'm a grown woman.
And you're scared out of your mind.
And she says things to me, and I'm like, all right.
I know sometimes Bombshell comes to the room, because Bombshell, by the way, is doing well. She's doing well. She's healthy, a little energy. She's still the chemo. Chemo's taking her down a little bit, but she's kind of getting this weird, she's getting with the chemo? She's getting this weird kind of like, can handle it thing. Have you noticed? It knocks her down
she
sometimes.
Said yesterday, and it made me worry that she's nearing the end of wanting to do it, actually.
Oh, what'd she say?
Because it tears her down. She said, I don't know how long a person can go on like this.
So what we need to do is we need to kick up the greens, man. I need to let her read Radical Remission. Read Radical Remission, people. You will change the way you live your life. And guess what? Because you do that, you will live a lot longer life. Unless you get hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Or run into Jared from Subway. Yeah. Maybe you'll have a long life, but it's really going to feel like a long time. It'll be too long of a life.
Yeah. So, medical problem. You were about to go off on
Yeah,
that.
it's not. I love that every time celebrity. Let's talk to the cult of celebrity and the hubris of celebrity. Whether it's Kanye West, the mic goes out. He's in an outdoor like improvised venue, and the mic starts cutting out, which could have been a million different things. Especially got wires running all over. He throws the mic like a child, and then screws all the people that paid money to see the concert. Okay, you got Lindsay Lohan, who believes it's okay for her to just continue to do drugs. She's been given the gift of gifts. You could be a superstar, Lindsay Lohan. Instead, what she did, it was Tiger Woods. This guy, $750 million what the dude's worth. And you know what? He decides, you know what? That Denny's waitress's skirt's a little too short. I don't know if I can finish this Grand Slam breakfast. Wham.
Ew.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. And at least Charlie Sheen owns it. At one point, these are my two wives. They're two porn stars. I drive Mercedes off cliffs randomly because I forgot to set the parking brake, and I'm winning. And I'm with cocaine on his nose. Whatever. At least Charlie Sheen owns it. There's something about that that we're okay with. But these whiny ass celebrities, Mariah Carey, who just starts bitching and whining, like you are.
Even David Duchovny. Remember when he got busted for cheating on Tay Leone?
Right.
And he said it was a medical problem and he was going to have to go to rehab. And I'm thinking, isn't every man addicted to sex?
Yeah,
Isn't that
I think
some men have self-control?
or they have integrity. Let's call it about integrity.
Or that.
Yeah, look, what you do in your mind, nobody gets to see. But what you do, what you do skin to skin, that you get to control that. That's a shirt. Yeah, what you do, what I do in my mind.
That's a shirt, Peter said.
What I do in my mind, nobody gets to see. But and they all believe that they're owed something. It's weird, like they just, you know what it is, because the rest of the world keeps giving them and 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 giving them, and then eventually what happens is that they just expect that's how it should be. It's like some relatives that have borrowed money from me in the past. They borrowed money and then borrowed money again, never got paid back, and then when I asked to get paid back, they're like, "Well, you have money." No, I have a divorce. I have an ex-wife and I have children. I need money. Please give me my money. Are you with me on the fame thing?
I'm with you.
Yeah, you're reading.
I'm reading about this guy, Russell Taylor.
Okay, read me about Russell Taylor.
Just because they were giving background of where he went to school and he's got 2 divorces.
And what is Jared's? He was going to college. What is his degree in that he went to college, or did he just quit when he got the Subway contract?
Jared?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on this Russell Taylor guy.
Okay,
he went for management. He actually graduated from Good Shepherd Baptist Academy. 2 divorces.
There you go.
He was employed by the American Heart Association in Indiana. Always had stuff to do with kids.
Really?
Yeah, he was hired by Jared Foundation in 2007. He and Jared met through his work with the American Heart Association. So I guess Subway stuff took Jared to AHA, and they met there. He only made $40,000 a year
at the thing. So he was supplementing with child porn. You think he was actually got a little Craigslist thing going on?
Well, you know what's weird is that I was reading that he had cameras in hidden places, like in an alarm clock radio, and he was videoing kids undressing, and little kids, 6 years old.
Yeah, 6 years old.
And then selling those videos and or sending them to Jared.
By the way, it's horrible, but it's also another case for a $15 minimum wage. You got to make enough money to where you don't put a camera in a clock radio and film little kids. There you go. By the way, you can sit across the desk of your boss. Hey, by the way, man, I'm gonna put a camera in a clock radio, and I'm thinking about filming naked children. Really? Yeah. I don't want to, but my God, I can't live on what you're paying me. So.
What?
You just did the man with no name. That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. So Jared went to a management and international business, a Kelly School of Business. Is that like University of Phoenix?
Sounds like it. Yeah. He continued at Indiana University in Bloomington.
So I don't understand.
Wikipedia this is like Wikipedia. They haven't updated it. It says he's currently living in the suburbs of Indy with his new wife and continues to work for Subway.
Yeah, he's not living in suburbs. He's living in a small room right now. Very tiny room.
his wife said that she is shocked and
Already filed.
disgusted and already filed. She'll just take all that money. He has to pay restitution to 14 victims that are testifying.
He's worth 15. Here's how bad they got him. People, here's how you know this guy was at the lowest of the low, the leech of the leeches, the scummiest piece of shit in the world. They had him so cold. He's already pled out. Plead again. Make fun of it. What you pleaded? I'm the only podcast who can't speak English. He's already pled out. He's going to pay with no trial or anything. He's going to pay all 14 victims $100,000 apiece. He's decided that he's going to prison. He can't go for less than 5, but no more than 12. So they get the judge this weird window, which means he'll do 18 months. 5 years, he'll do about 18 months. He won't do 5 years.
I would guess that there's a contingency without possibility of parole. I would have to guess that prosecutors would have put that in there. They're agreeing to no less than 12 and a half. I would bet he gets 12 and a half.
So
because the charges alone, one of them carries 20 years and the other carries 30. The sex with a minor is 30 years. So that's why he's pleading.
So he's going to have to do at least 5. Like, no guaranteed, you think?
That's what he's agreed to.
Yeah. So he has to do 5. Wow.
That would be my guess.
That's if he gets through 5. He's better be in isolation.
You don't find a lot of child molesters getting out on parole. You don't for good behavior.
No, chomos, man, and they get killed in prison. They definitely get killed in prison.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
That's if maybe he'll do 18 hours and then.
They're probably gonna have him in isolation. And the nicknames that prisoners are gonna come up for Sandwich Boy, I can't wait. Oh my, cannot wait. What could have
you got pretty red lips, boy? Squeal like a pig.
There's gonna be a lot of footlong jokes.
Of course.
Yeah, I got yeah.
6 inch, you said.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll give you $5 if you take my footlong.
Ew.
It's gonna be like that. You know it's gonna happen. That's the hack joke. That's the horrible joke. That's the joke.
Well, prisoners aren't exactly working on their comedy a lot, I don't think. So you're probably right.
Yo, Jello, you ready to eat fresh? Come on, son.
Ew.
I got a salad for you to toss. Let's do this. It's going to be one after the other. This guy.
That's going to be every cheesy hack comic for the next year and a half.
Yeah, no. I already. He's never going to do it. What kind of cheese you want on that, Jared? Ew. You know, it's going to be. There's so much at Subway. Man, if I had some chips, this would be a perfect meal. Whatever he's going to get said, it's going to be over and over. And can Subway recover from this? It's weird because even right now, I know Subway didn't do anything. Subway wasn't having sex with little kids, you know. Even though that's going, like, I still have a weird vibe about Subway, don't you? This is damaging.
I'm still surprised they're using him as like a mascot after all these years. Like Burger King moved on from
to creepy. What the hell is it? I'm sorry, the Burger King mascot. That guy. If they said the Burger King mascot was molesting little kids, I'd be like, of course he is.
Actually,
have you seen him? Have you seen the Burger King?
Chicken dude.
Colonel, you're right. We have creepy mascots now.
It's Daryl Hammond, right?
Yeah. But he's playing it. Someone
said,
yeah,
Ronald McDonald. Red lips again. Any man with red lips, don't trust him. Soft hands and red lips. That's always been my motto.
Clowns. What is the Burger King thing? Like, how did the advertising agency get that psychopathic, weird fiberglass face thing across to anybody? It's not a dude. It's not a costume like Mayor McCheese or something. It's like a guy's wearing a mask like a Phantom of the Opera from Burger King, except it's not half. It's just the weirdest, it's the creepiest looking, shiny, bad. Like, how'd they sell that? Like, did someone's cousin come up with that? That's not a dude, that's a mask.
A lot of times in advertising, the whole point, I learned this when I was working for Red Bull, the whole point is to get people to talk about it, whether it's weird or like kind of shitty or not. If people are talking about it, then you're building brand awareness and we're talking about it.
I haven't eaten anything at Burger King in about 14 years.
Yeah, but that's you, and you're like, really white and entitled and privileged, and you live in Los Angeles.
No, I want to live to be 80.
Tell me where there is a Burger King near us. Think. Ryan?
Why go to Burger King when I go to In-N-Out?
Where can you think of there's a Burger King?
The only one I know is in Sherman, is like 12 miles from me.
I don't know.
Where is that?
It's over by where my aunt used to live.
Oh, that's way out there, right?
Yeah,
there's a Burger King there?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a Burger King here.
Yeah. Well,
we have In-N-Out.
In-N-Out destroys it. So, and then Daryl Hammond, someone said, could they make it more slave ownery? And I thought that's true. It's a little true.
Wow. what?
They could that Daryl Hammond, like his colonel is a little bit slave ownery.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. You send the people down from the plantation to pick what you got to pick and have them some fried chicken. There's Jared. So Jared is he looks like a child molester. Sorry, it's like of course he's a child molester. He doesn't look like an accountant. He looks like he's the weird dude. He's the camp counselor that all of a sudden girls cry around. That's who he is. He's the camp counselor that girls cry around. But
15 years, right? They've been using him.
Yeah. There's also there was something on the Subway website where it's called for kids. It was called the Pants Dance with Jared.
Yeah, it was.
And they pulled that down. That's hilarious.
Well, Subway tweeted, and all they said was, we no longer have ties with Jared, and we have no further comment, and that's all they would say.
Yeah, because somewhere there was some shit thrown in offices the other day.
Mm-hmm.
They can also probably, because he's violated all the morals clauses, his wife, if they do nothing that's good for his wife's going to walk with everything.
Yeah.
Done, done, and done. And all I can think is the attorney he's doing is trying to protect that, whatever little he can get. But Subway could literally, if they wanted to, based on the morals clauses in the contract that he had to sign, they could probably get all the money back. They could probably say you don't get you were in New York for Subway stuff. You were having sex with kids. That violates everything in your contract. We're taking back. You will owe us $5 million. This guy's life. If this guy kills himself, it wouldn't surprise me. Anybody else?
No.
I mean, this
except that he's fighting. I would say
he doesn't have kids, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll never see his kids ever again.
I was thinking that
without
the other dude tried to kill himself, Russell Taylor, but by virtue of the fact that Jared is pleading and he is asking for no more than 12 and a half and no less than 5, it sounds like he's actually, he's bartering for, to get out. So it doesn't sound like he's going to, maybe things will just get worse while he's in
anybody
there.
that narcissistic is not going to kill themselves.
Right? If you didn't care anymore and you planned on killing yourself, you'd just take whatever you got and kill yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how people can get to a level where they can be the most evil pricks in the world, and yet it's not their fault. Like, it's not Jared's fault that this happened.
He has a medical problem.
It's a medical problem. I have a medical problem. I had eczema when I was a kid, and then I had pimples for a while. I had a root canal when I was 7. I sleep with little kids. That's another thing. I had some antidepressant things, and then I had a blood thing for a little while. I cleared up.
Hold on.
And yeah.
You just 3 or 4 ago. You said
I said I had pimples.
No, it was after pimples.
Pimples.
It was before the blood thing.
No, for eczema.
No, it was after eczema.
Yeah, no, I had this. It's a weird. I have this weird rash that makes me. That I had that. And I got some cream for that. Then I have another. I have a restless leg syndrome.
Yeah, that's tough.
I have sex with little kids. And then I had a weird toe thing.
Toes.
For a while.
Wait, whoa.
What?
What did she say before toes and after rash?
I don't know. I have so many medical issues. I don't know what I said.
I feel like this job interview is over.
It's just slowly slipping it in.
I just think there's a ton of irony that he wrote a book.
Loud, speak loud.
There's a ton of irony that he wrote a book called Winning Through Losing, 13 Ways to Turn Your Life Around.
Well, he definitely turned his life around. This week, he turned it around both ways. This book will be how to ruin your life. I just don't.
That's hubris. That is actually, that's disgusting. It's like what you said. If people own it, Charlie Sheen owns it, then you're sort of like, wow, I don't ever, me personally, ever want to end up in a cab with him or a locked room or anything.
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
It would be ugly. You'd come out damaged.
I'd come out pregnant.
And the thing is, because he's really, really smart. I hung out with Charlie Sheen once. He's the reason Charlie Sheen.
You were just on that morning show with him.
Yeah, I was on the morning show with him. Charlie Sheen can do all the drugs in the world, drink all he wants, and he still gets through life rich and famous. He's one of those dudes. He's so smart. I sat dinner with him once, and he started like coming up with ideas that where I was like, holy crap, I was talking to Chip Foose, and he was just like, he was out IDing Chip Foose. That's how smart he is.
But he owns it. This writing self-help books and pretending to help kids, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That dude, that's the dude that's never going to be rehabilitated, that's never going to be worthwhile, and somebody should just stick a broom handle up his arse
It's
while
gonna
he's in
happen.
prison, which is what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Trust me, it's on the schedule. If you don't think that whatever that there's already people getting a broomstick ready for him.
Could we
By the way-
transfer him into whatever prison Jeffrey Dahmer was in?
There you go. Because those guys have experience. Those guys know
I'm
what they're
gonna call
doing.
some hard pipe hitting.
Go
They're gonna go
medieval
to work on your ways.
Yeah, with a blowtorch, supplies and a blowtorch.
Yo, man, you don't do the Ving Rhames very well, man.
Okay, you do it, Willie.
Yo, if you're gonna do Ving Rhames, you go. First of all, like Bruce Willis leaving, he goes, what about us? He goes, there is no more us. You lost all your LA privileges.
I like that.
That was it? I thought he was going to do that.
I can't. I have to watch it again. I used to know that whole speech. I don't know it anymore. But think like him writing a self-help book is like me writing a book on anger management and geography.
Yes.
It just
yes.
makes no sense
Yes.
at all.
Yes. That's exactly what self-awareness. I just entered into a time-space continuum.
You know I'm self-aware.
I'm in a warp right now. That was amazing.
I said in was it? I know I'm just a thin layer of charming wrapped around a creamy center of raging arrogant asshole. I know who I am.
The best part about that is that was a line from Neverlution.
Is it Neverlution? I know. I think it was Love Is Evil.
Oh, maybe. Every night you would say that on stage, and it's funny. You really like the audience would laugh and give you an applause break almost every night.
Because nobody thinks I know who I am.
And every night you would come off stage and we'd be sitting in the green room and you'd be like, it kind of pisses me off. Why do they applaud at that? Like, am I that bad? Why do they? This pisses me off. And then every night you'd go back out and say it, and every night they would applaud. Yeah. Yay! You're a raging arrogant asshole. Yay!
Thin layer of charming though. A thin layer of charming.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that. In my life, everybody thinks they're a nice guy. Hitler thought he was a nice guy.
He did?
Yeah. Oh, no. Fetus leans out. Is he doing Hitler again? Are we getting two Hitlers in one? Maybe not.
Did Hitler really think he was a nice guy?
Why are the Jews mad? Why are they mad? I'm trying to build Germany up. All I'm doing, my whole entire thing is I'm trying to make Germany a stronger country. Why is everybody so mad? I'm trying to bring the country, the GDP is going to be huge. Why does everybody think I'm a bad guy?
Because you killed like 6 million people.
All I've got to say, all I've got to say is you got to break a few eggs. I don't know why he turned into Winston Churchill for a second. Wow. Hitler will have the feelings in the seas, in the air, the sea, land. Hitler bad. That was one of Winston Churchill's favorite speeches. By the way, BMW Huffingbook definitely related to Winston Churchill.
I just thought that. I never realized that.
Yeah, you can trace
before.
the DNA right back, or the GNA, either way. All right, so all I got to say is Jared is going to. I hope they get some guys in with some pliers and a blowtorch.
All we have to say to Jared is,
is,
"What's your closing line?"
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
There you go.
See ya. It's crazy.
Asshole. I love that his wife already filed on Wednesday. She's not playing around. And honestly, if I were married to him, I probably would have been looking for a way out for the last 5 years anyway.
So-
She's probably thrilled.
So they always,
Not thrilled before I get your shitty letters that he did that to kids, or that they were willing and they were
that
prostitutes.
she has a reason to leave.
Thrilled that not only, and she doesn't have to really fight. She just got a fight-free divorce. Oh, really? He's in prison for child molestation?
For what we
what
went
do
through
you
the last
want?
9 years with my ex, I thought that. I thought, oh my God, she gets to just basically, he's not going to have access to the bank accounts. He's done.
Yep. He's done.
He's done. So let's say, because they always say that people are worth something. He's worth $15 million. He's probably worth 5, 6,
Liquid,
whatever.
yeah.
Liquid.
And it's going to get frozen. All assets are now frozen because she's filed for divorce. So I'm wondering about his attorney's fees.
Yeah.
And no judge in a divorce court is going to really rule that he can have all that for his half to pay child molestation defense attorney fees.
Oh no!
She's gonna
she
get
just locked. She screwed his whole case up.
Yeah.
She locked it down. If he doesn't pay restitution, Oh, and you know what?
$1.4 million he
You know
has to
what?
pay.
And a friend of mine is just started a divorce. It's so funny. People, if you're gonna get divorced, I want you to not be naive about it. If you've been with someone for a while and you say, "Yeah, I filed for divorce. It's gonna end amicably." I want you to know something. You're out of your mind. You're the most delusional human on the planet. Buddy of mine came in. We're having a meeting about a show we want to do, and he sits down. He goes, "I'm sorry, I'm late." He's English, so he said, "I'm late." He goes, "But I'm getting a divorce." He goes, "We're going to work it out. It's going to be fine. We're going to share the kids." And I started laughing. I'm at this restaurant in LA, and I just burst out laughing. He goes, "What?" And I go, "Dude." I go, "Really? Did you just tell her?" And he goes, "Yeah, I told her today." And I said, "Okay, she's stunned, dude. It's going to get weird." He goes, "No, it's not." He goes, "If it does, I'll call you." I said, "Okay." Literally 2 weeks later. You would not believe the anger. You would not believe the crazy thing she's doing with the kids.
Yes, we would.
Yeah, we would. We have the book of it. We have a chart. We have a chart with pictures, and we can track. I can track exactly how it's going to go. So, by the way, guys, I'm working on writing a book called Love Is Evil, which is going to have the DVD for Love Is Evil in it, and it'll be a 12-chapter thing on how to get through divorce without losing your soul or your bank account. Although Jared, it wouldn't help Jared at all. Do you know any judge that would actually say anything except for, you don't get any money, you're done, it's over? How do you back up the child molester as a judge? You just don't, right?
How do you be that lawyer that's got to back him up too, the public defender?
Get on the mic for a second. You can get on the mic.
Well, all they care about is
and
taking
now
care of the
Titus
kids.
lets Fetus on the mic. Rachel looks scared.
I just don't know how you can be a public defender of it, because obviously you won't
I
have
feel
any.
like you started way too aggressively. Like, I feel like maybe you should ease into that.
You should start like this.
Thank you for letting me be on the mic.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on this podcast.
Thanks for letting me on the podcast.
I have an opinion.
I have an opinion.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
Proceed.
If I'm
That guy's lawyer.
if I'm that guy's lawyer, if I'm Jared's lawyer, if I've been hired on, I don't even know how you can seriously consider defending this guy.
See, this is where lawyers. That's a good point. This is where lawyers. And it's a good point. You get one.
Thank you.
All right. Don't get cocky. So
That was your thank you was a little too quick. And,
lawyers,
and too, like you.
like he knew. Like he
Yeah,
knew. He made
like
a
I
good
know
point.
I'm
yeah,
good.
I know. I'm nice.
It's just this. I have this issue when I sometimes I was you compliment someone who isn't you don't always necessarily mean the compliment, but you're trying to pep them up, and then they instantly go thank you, and you're like whoa,
yeah.
don't take that
You
compliment.
took that. I did that because your self-esteem is obviously low because of the way you look.
I'm sorry.
Right? Don't
Right.
be
No.
so quick with that.
I'm sorry. Then he came back. He thinks we have a good point that he did take it too far. But that might be 23. That might not be him. That's 23 because I know him and it's not. Right. So attorneys, here's how scumbaggy attorneys are. Attorneys, could you as an attorney represent a guy who is having sex with kids? No, there's no way. It's my job. I'm an attorney. I'm supposed to represent the. No, there's no upside. You not only representing a guy, but a guy who admitted it, who's already pled out on it, pled. He already plead out. Titus tries it. Titus tries English again, and the key word this podcast is plead.
That drink tastes sugar.
He also pled out. So, and do you remember they showed the video of taking every computer out of his house?
I would like to say I called this.
Yeah, Bombshell called it. We were watching TV. They busted his buddy, and you were gonna be an FBI agent at one point.
Yes.
Which, by the way, so hot. Like how crazy.
In the
would
legal,
you-
I wanted to be an attorney with the FBI. Yeah, but you still have to be an agent first, and then or train.
Super cool,
Yeah, but
especially looking like you look.
right. That's why they were fast
You go
tracking
interview
minorities in at that
Dr.
time.
Lecter, Dr. Lecter, tell me about them. Dr. Lecter.
I hate it. I hate when you get on the Dr. Lecter role. It drives me crazy.
She sat there. Anyway, that should be a drinking game where she had to because every time Jody falls, Dr. Lecter.
You
said
made
it
me
though.
watch it, and I can't watch that movie. No, Dr. Lecter. It makes me crazy. I just watched her in Panic Room. That's a good movie, except you keep waiting for her to say Dr. Lecter. I can't watch her anymore.
Was that you, Dr. Lecter? Is that the Panic Room, Dr. Lecter?
Missing the joke.
Jodie Foster. Have you ever seen her in a movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen Silence
Silence
of the
of the
Lambs?
Lambs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Go sit down. Go back in
Get
your
off.
chair.
I'm
Go
done.
get up.
Say
Like-
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
go sit down,
down.
fetus. All right, good job.
You don't sit on a comedy podcast and then go, I'm missing the joke.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Hey, what happened?
You're off the mic. Don't
What
open
happened?
your mouth. Go sit down.
Someone took a turret on the hood of my car. What just happened? I gave a guy a ride, and he got out of the car and he took a dump right on the hood of the car while I was driving. It's crazy. God, no respect whatsoever.
Anyway, I did call it because they had 21 federal vehicles, law enforcement vehicles, outside of his house. And at the time, Subway and the news were both saying that it was only because of Russell Taylor
Right.
and him having had ties with him that he was not being charged with anything. He wasn't under suspicion of anything. And I said, bullshit.
Yeah,
You don't send 21 cop cars to someone's house, and they were shuttling his personal property out of that
They were
house.
carrying
Yeah.
IMAX out and stuff. And the thing is, when no one's you're not just being questioned when they move on your house like they moved on the Boston bombers. You know, something's way more. They had some evidence on the dude. They definitely had some evidence.
Well,
on
they
the
had
dude.
emailed stuff to each other.
People are stupid. You guys were committing federal crimes. by
They
having sex with
there's
children.
cyber CSI now, and it's way easier and more traceable than physical DNA evidence. I mean, that stuff never goes away. People think they delete their porn and stuff. It never. There is always an imprint
And you
on
can
that
go,
hard
you can
drive.
go, you can go deeper. Even if you think you've erased it, they said there's ghost images they
yes,
can pull up and stuff.
always. Yeah.
It's just ones and zeros. It's just it's nothing. It's not even some of it. They can actually rebuild it off of files, right? Right. Fetus knows all about this stuff. They can just if they keep digging, then how come when my fucking hard drive breaks, I can't just take it over to the goddamn Apple and they can't pull my stuff back out?
Because Apple, you can pay anyone enough money to get your stuff back.
So if I was like multimillionaire and I lost a script or something, I could just pay some guy $20,000 and he
It's
would
just
find
more
it.
Yes.
long,
Almost definitely.
more intensive work, right?
Oh yeah. It just takes a lot of work and a lot of digging. Sometimes it's just in
And Apple
fragments.
weighs the cost of a new computer versus fixing your old computer.
Yeah, that's what they told me yesterday. I had to buy a new
They
computer
can't
yesterday.
hear you. You're
I'm
nodding.
not. Yes.
Yeah. This is a medium that's sound based. So when we ask you a question, you
Sometimes
can
you
answer.
tell me not to talk. Sometimes you tell me to talk.
I
You
just figured
can't
out the
sign
one.
language.
Yeah.
You can't. We
If we're asking you a question, that probably means you can talk. Assume that if we're talking to you, you can talk back.
Okay.
There you go. That we learned.
He
a lesson.
was really
Did
nervous
you see we
about
learned a
saying
lesson.
okay, though.
We learned a lesson.
because he's skittish around us now.
Yeah.
So he wasn't
As
sure
well
if
he
we were
should be.
setting him up, and if he talked, we were going to jump on him.
He should be skittish, by the way.
People actually asked us why we're not going to Orlando on this upcoming Florida tour. They said, "What are you going to do with Fetus?" Take him.
I know. Florida has many go-kart tracks.
Drop our little papoose off
I
at
know. Oh,
Disney
it's gonna
World.
go to the Disney World. Whee!
Nah, dude, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter's in Florida, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's in
Oh, you got to be
Orlando.
bummed.
That's whatever.
It is?
Yeah, it's Orlando's where the big Harry Potter world is. It's like
Oh, it's already built. I thought there wasn't one built
no,
yet.
it's already built in Orlando. They're building another one here in LA. So
At Universal, right?
yeah, Universal here. 'Cause they
What
were-
have you been to it yet?
No,
Oh my
wow,
gosh,
I was there a month
settle
before
down.
They,
That
they
was
opened it.
crazy. That was like
Is it open yet?
Yeah, it's been open in Orlando for
No,
over a
here.
year. Oh no, it's open next year.
Spring of next year.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like
We should have a coming out party for him at the Harry Potter thing.
we should, man. We should go. You know what's weird is
We'll
that
give him his quinceañera.
I just Harry Potter continued. I just got something. So all these guys, it's really accepted to be a football geek. You know, you wear the jersey, you wear the hat, you plan your Sundays around it, you scream at the TV. That's fine. But Fetus being involved in Harry Potter the same way makes him weird. Like guys know all the players' names. Guys,
Yeah, but guys that play football, they have tans and muscles and girlfriends.
I'm not talking about the guys who play football.
Oh.
I'm talking about the fat guys who watch football.
Well, I'm
and
not
never
okay
play
with them.
football. You like the football players, though, don't you?
Tan, muscles, and girlfriends.
Oh my god!
It's credentials right there.
Really?
Harry Potter guys, not
Don't
a lot
have-
of
don't-
tan.
Not a lot of muscles.
Muscle.
I don't like it. You
girlfriends.
know why? Because they have magic wands and they can make shit happen.
They can.
Yeah.
Like
Depends,
what?
depends what kind of wand you have. If you got an ostrich feather wrapped around some kind of wood from like
6 inch or a foot long.
depending.
All right.
Wow, you combined everything
Be
to
the
a Harry Potter
circle,
and having sex with
Be
them.
unbroken.
Oh, I have no.
I can't either. I'm so sick.
By and by, Lord, by and by. There you
You
go. I hit
couldn't
it.
let it not be finished.
No, I couldn't. That was horrible. No, my voice. I hit the worst note possible, and to everyone listening, I apologize. All right. So that's it. Jared's a scumbag. He needs to go. By the way, we're gonna re-put something up. The very first thing I ever got that got me any notice was Norman Rockwell's bleeding. The whole idea for Norman Rockwell. This will be out on Twitter in a few minutes. The only thing that got me excited about Norman Rockwell was I read an article in the LA Times that said 63% of American families are considered dysfunctional. If you took all the syndromes and everything there's this article about the medical community going batshit and the psychological community going batshit and saying that everything that's wrong with anybody is a syndrome. You have sex with little kids, it's a disease. You have a medical problem, you're not a creep or evil and should be killed. You have a medical problem, So that one sentence said by definition, 63% of American families are now considered dysfunctional, and that was the opening line of Norman Rockwell. And from that one line, it just gave me access to my entire life. I could prove that being dysfunctional wasn't a bad thing because we're normal, So anyway, that'll be out.
What
63% of America.
Oh, that bit.
Yeah, we're going to send
It's
that
coming
bit out.
up.
Yeah. It's the
Okay, I
opening.
love that bit.
Yeah.
That's
a good bit.
your sound check bit.
Yeah, I do my sound check bit now. Yeah.
And a lot of times the people in the theater or the club, wherever we are, will stop and just watch because so many people love Norman Rockwell, and to see you doing it is pretty
And then
cool.
half of them are like, he's fucking not doing this shit still, is he? Oh my God, is he still doing this? I thought we booked Titus. I thought he'd written a bunch of he's still doing the shit he did in 1995? I hate this guy.
This gay.
So that'll be out. Also, do me a favor, people. If you like the podcast, I need some help. I need you to go to iTunes, go to the podcast page, Titus Podcast, and review it. Give us a review. Give us some update review. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like. I go and read them sometimes, when my narcissism needs to be recharged or I want to hate myself. So go ahead, go to iTunes, review the podcast, get us some more listeners. Let's make it a Titus Nation with Bombshell driving the car.
Yeah, I am. Also, if you want to see us this weekend at Tacoma Comedy Club, Friday through Sunday, the next weekend, back to back, will be in San Antonio at LOL. And then coming up, our Flo Rida tour.
No,
I can't believe we're doing it, but we are. September 10th, we're going to be in Tallahassee at Turner Auditorium.
Right.
September 11th, we're going to Gainesville at the University Auditorium. The first one is Florida State, and the second one is University of Florida. I think I got that right. I'm trying to memorize that. Saturday, the 11th, we're going to be in Tampa at the Strauss Center, Ferguson Hall. And then Sunday, we're doing one show only at the West Palm Beach Improv.
Tickets going good?
Yeah.
Good.
Going really well.
Bombshell watches all that stuff. I just call in radio stations and hope like God be funny.
Well,
New show's killing it, by the way.
Yeah,
Philadelphia,
it's a great show.
Philly was great.
Philly was awesome.
Philly was people. There's a club in Philly. If whether it's me or anybody, go to this club Helium in Philly. I got to tell you, every once in a while when I show up to a club, I show up and I see the pictures of who's coming. And I always, as a comic and I'm kind of competitive, I always like to see who's coming up. And sometimes I go, wow, why you guys are headlining that guy? The club in Philly has so many good acts.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I walk up and I see the pictures in the window who's upcoming, and I'm proud of it. The club Helium in Philly is one of the best clubs in the country. And
Helium, and he also has Portland Helium, and that's a killer club,
and
too.
we're doing that coming up.
Yeah, we are, September.
Yay.
Yay.
And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
I had to bring this up because we're talking about people with no integrity. Josh Duggar, this poor bastard.
Oh, my God.
So Ashley
We gotta talk about
Madison
this, too.
got hacked,
I
which
love
is
this.
great.
By the way, I just got to say,
Yes.
you know why? Because at the end of the day, we slowly are sliding to Gomorrah. We really are sliding to, and it was weird. I don't really care. I don't have like a big judgment about people. But when you form a company that's based on people cheating on
Family
their
values.
spouses, fuck you. Really? I hope you get whatever you deserve.
The thing is,
you got to live a certain.
okay, so let me just say what happened if people don't know.
I know,
So
but I
Ashley
was
Madison,
talking. I was
I know, but
talking.
let me explain it because
I'm
you have
always
to
talking.
you have to give the background, and yes, you are. The background is that hackers basically reached out to Ashley Madison. I'm guessing anonymous because it has a little bit of integrity. They said either close your site or we're releasing everything because we have it all: credit card information,
Like 32 million
names,
people.
addresses, everything. Yeah. So they didn't. And so they released it as promised. And one of those people was Josh Duggar of 19 Kids and Counting. Now,
Wait,
Josh
the
Duggar,
religious family, the real Christian, hardcore Christian family?
So this is not about Christians. This is about Josh Duggar.
No,
and that
it's
is,
about hypocrisy.
I get tired of that.
No. I'm not saying, you taking it wrong. I'm not saying that. Here's what bothers me. People that are good Christians rarely talk about it. They live their life with integrity and they're just good people. If you ask them, they'll talk about it. You, your family, everybody. Good Christians. They're just good Christians. These people that hold it up as a symbol of who they are and they live by it. I'm a Christian and because of this and that. And then you find out that they're getting blowjobs in men's bathrooms or they're on Ashley Madison cheating on their spouse. I'm saying that I agree with you. I think that you have to really check yourself. If you're going to say you are, live that like that. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't making fun of Christians. I'm saying that people that abuse it. That's what I was saying.
Right.
I was mad that they abused it.
Right. As do all people of all religions.
I am a Christian. That's what I'm doing. So what did the Jews? What do they care?
I love that now he's going with that defense. So he was one of the people that Ashley Madison is a cheat on your husband or wife website for those of you that don't know.
There was a song about it.
So the thing that makes me really disgusted by him is, so just a couple
I'm a trucker
months ago
on the road and I want to blow my load. Go ahead.
Thank you.
That was a song.
Is that he just got busted a couple months ago for underage girls, messing with underage girls. 2 of them were his sisters, remember?
Right.
So he came out, he apologized. He's like the chairman of the Family Values Committee or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
also years ago when he was a teenager.
And he was a kid.
And he really got like a kind of, they got sent him to a camp and whatever. But whatever, I got it.
Now, a couple months later,
Same
this
guy.
is out. Same guy. And he's again making a statement saying he's been a hypocrite and blah. And I would be like, okay, well, you're not really like maybe you wouldn't be if you had just owned up to all of this all at once.
Right.
You didn't really learn your lesson the last time. But yeah, now he was on a site. He said that he's been secretly viewing pornography and it became a secret addiction and he became unfaithful to his wife. Sorry.
It's a medical problem.
It's a medical problem.
It's definitely a medical problem. If you take porn in through your eyeballs, it's a medical problem.
It causes your penis to do funny things.
It connects directly to your penis, and yeah, it's a medical problem. Medically,
This story actually reminded me of you.
Oh, I hate when you say that.
Well,
a Florida man, damn it!
One time I said that, and it actually ended up being your aunt who was banging a guy in a car in front of a diner.
No, in front of a convenience store.
No, it was the diner.
Was that diner in Sonora? Oh,
in Sonora. Man digs up dad's grave to argue with corpse. This was in Kentucky.
Now, why does that? Now, that's my dad doing that to me. If I'd have died, my dad would have dug me up to go. Let me tell you one more thing. Just one more thing. I didn't get to say something at the funeral.
Police arrested Michael May. He's 44 years old because he was at a cemetery in Sanford, Kentucky, digging up a grave. He told officers that he was digging up the grave of his father so he could argue with him. He just needed to argue about one more thing.
How drunk was he?
He was very intoxicated and he was quoting Bible verses. And he was high and holding marijuana. And anyway, he said that he was digging up his father. He had one more thing to argue with him about. Turns out there are 13 people named May buried at that cemetery, and he wasn't even digging up the right person.
So how does you get to that? You're sitting in your car, smoking pot with your friends, drinking. Yeah, man, my dad, that son of a bitch. He used to all the time. He said, "You're never gonna be nothing. Never gonna be nothing." Yeah, man, wish you could tell him, right? What? You could tell your dad that you made it, man. You're a roofer now. You're a roofer. You got a crystal meth business on the side. You're making good money. You made something of yourself. I wish you could tell him. Wouldn't it be great to just get in his face and tell him? What? What time is it? We got any shovels? Home Depot's still open. What do you mean? Well, Dad's buried over there. Dude, I got to go. I'm going home. And guess what? Then we got one guy. Because there's certain people that have a high limit that they get high and they won't do certain things. I don't have that limit. I'll be crazy. So if I get too drunk or too high, I'll do something really stupid.
You will?
That's why I don't.
Good.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Fell into a bonfire last time I got that crazy.
Holy crap. Arizona man. The thing about us, the two of us,
Yeah.
is we know where all the bodies are buried.
That's true. That is true.
Arizona man
By the way, that's
uses-
another great line for the podcast. Titus podcast. We know where the bodies are buried.
uses company credit card for online strippers and racks up almost $500,000. I thought this went with our theme for the day.
Online strippers. How bad is that? How do you
It's
make it even
pathetic.
less exciting?
Yeah, you're pathetic. John Barrett of Gilbert, Arizona. I guess he now works in Missouri. He's 40 years old. He was indicted last week. He used his company credit card. Like, obviously, you're going to get caught, right?
Yeah.
He
Just write
works-
Chevron. I know that's her name, but just put Chevron on it.
And this was only between September 2013 and October 2014.
In a
He earmarked
year?
all of these things as gifts or services for online strippers.
In a year, he burned $500,000 on strippers. Wow, we have gotten this. The slide to Sodom and Gomorrah is just so steep right now.
You can watch them strip naked or masturbate via webcams. Then he didn't stop there. That was $100,000 of watching them. Then he lavished them with gifts, chocolates, flowers, electronic equipment, wine, shoes, a TV, a handbag, a laptop, and an iPod. He's even sent one of them $26,000 to help her with her college tuition bill, new tires, and her parents' utilities.
Yeah, every stripper's going to
He
college.
also purchased himself $131 on his company card, a fleshlight sex toy.
What is a fleshlight?
We learned this during Cards Against
What is this?
Humanities. Pull it up.
What's a fleshlight? Is it like a? Is it a?
Remember Cards Against Humanities? We had to look this up.
Yeah, is it like a? See,
And
here's how lame I
Nia
am.
and my stepfather already knew what
Yeah,
it was.
but your stepfather knowing was weird.
Yeah, it's a vagina. It's
Ah!
a pocket pussy.
Ah!
but it
What is
looks
that?
like
That's a scary. Ah!
okay.
Get that off the screen. People, look up fleshlight if you haven't know what it is. Oh my!
No, don't look it up. It upsets
That is
him.
the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Who? How is that sexy? My God! What are you doing to yourself? You pathetic hump. It looks like a flashlight with a vagina on the end. I am disgusted. I am disgusted. And where do you get those? Anybody got a like? Click, click. It doesn't work. Click, click.
Oh,
Ah!
wait, that's the wrong one. A woman abducts baby baboon from the zoo as a gift for her deaf son.
That's she cares about her deaf son. That's cool. You know why? Because all the baboons know sign language, like Coco. That's why he's deaf. So they could. She knew that they could talk.
No.
Yeah, food. They they do sign language. They
It
teach
was
all
a
the monkeys.
belated birthday
All
present.
monkeys from birth know sign language. It's just in them. It's in their DNA. Every monkey, chimp, they just know sign language. So she, deaf kid, monkey knows sign language. She's tired of the kid, like everybody with a kid. Like if he's deaf or not. I'm tired of dealing with this freaking kid. I'm gonna get him a monkey.
All right. Well, I think we covered that story.
Keep going. Tell
No,
me.
that was pretty much it. You covered it. London is abuzz over a breathable booze.
Yeah, this is true. Like powdered alcohol, right?
It's a temporary entry in I can't talk. It's a pop-up bar called Alcoholic Architecture.
See, I don't make fun of you when you can't talk.
You just did.
No, I'm pointing out that
I
don't
never
make
made
fun
you
of
feel like a hooker. You just did.
Pretty woman.
Uses a humidifier to pump a gin and tonic vapor into an enclosed space. Patrons absorb their alcohol from the cloud by breathing in the vapors and soaking it in through the skin and eyes. I'm sure this is really good for you.
I prefer to just do the enema thing. If I'm gonna have to absorb alcohol through another orifice beside my mouth, give me the tube. Let me get drunk fast and let's move on with the night.
Patrons are limited
Because I gotta
to
go
1
dig
hour.
up my father. I got shit to say to him. I got some shit I want to get off
You
my
only
chest.
get 1 hour in the cloud so you don't get too drunk.
Does it work? Sounds
Guess
like
so.
it's all snake oil. We live in a world of snake oil, man. There's so much snake oil that people, do me a favor. Every store, even your local car wash, you can just go down the stuff that's on the wall and just go, none of this works. Supplements, Viagra, Fleshlight. What kind of horrible planet? The Armageddon update, every once in a while I think I'm being a little too negative. Every once in a while I think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't call it the Armageddon update. Maybe I should call it the rainbow update. That'd be good. Because the world is getting better every day. But you know what? The more we do this show and the more news stories you bring up, the more I realize the world's not getting better. As a matter of fact, all we can really do is film it while it burns with our fucking cell phones. That's pretty much how it's going right now. Every time you see something even crazy, people don't don't run to the scene of the accident to help. They run to the scene of the accident to get it on YouTube. We've come to a place where I don't even know what to say anymore. And you know what? When we're living in a world where Donald Trump is a breath of fresh air, that's a sad place. And he is. You see all these other humps talking. Bernie Sanders I like a lot because but it's literally the flip side of Trump. A dude that says exactly what he believes, totally full out, and doesn't give a flying rat's ass what anybody believes. Trump does the same thing. Trump and Sanders in 2016, I would be like, you know what? I kind of want to see that duel. Because they're both, what, Trump's 69 and Sanders is 73. They know the same shit. They know all the same shit. But we have lost our way. When the guy from Subway is fucking little kids, it is time. And when I say little kids, if you're 16, can you believe that's a quote? It's a quote from him. By the way,
the younger the better.
Wow. God, you know what, Jared? I hope someone that listens to our podcast that can get in your earshot and let you know that we all hope that your colon is disconnected by a broom handle. Well, not hope.
I think we should close there because I can't follow that.
It's not a wish, really. I don't like.
It's like trying to follow an opener that humps a stool.
No, it's not. I mean it.
So don't forget, you heard the dates. Come and see us. We love meeting you guys. Also,
review us on iTunes, but not that last thing I said.
Yeah, review everything up until then. Also, go to ChristopherTitus.com to get DVDs to help out with Special Unit, and click on the Amazon link to help us keep the doors open at the Combustion Lounge.
That's right, guys. 6 90-minute specials. I want you to know from now on through until we film the movie, every DVD you buy, the money goes directly to fund the movie. Special Unit. We've got half of it financed right now. We're getting the other half, and you guys are going to be part of that. iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at Titus Nation. Follow Bombshell. And by the way,
Ray Bradley.
Through the end of September, if you order a DVD, shipping is free. We will ship it to you for free. That's right. Can I say it again? What did I just say?
You got to set that up on the website now.
Oh, yeah,
now
right. I got to make a phone call.
You have to go get rid of the shipping cost. Fetus.
Yeah, you got to
get
on
it right now.
Yeah, he's on it. He gets nervous.
All right, well, this has been fun.
All right, Bombshell's got to go to the gym and work out. I'm Christopher Titus. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
That was way too vigorous, wasn't it?
But you can't, it's better than last week.
All right.
And that's all we can care about.